Progress report. We just talked to you, I guess, last week, media day, but we've had a week.
I'm really pleased with how things are going. I will say this, our defense is really good, so it's a battle every day, but I'm proud of how our offense is done, and the quarterbacks are all coming along.
What about the totality of the offense? Are you moving the ball?
We are moving it. Like I said, each day is a battle, but every competition we have, Coach Freeze is big into competition, so it's not like we just go out and practice. There's some sort of a winner and a loser, and they've all been close, and like I said, our guys, we feel like if we can compete and play well against our defense, we should be able to compete with anybody.
What about the tight end spot behind Evan? Is anybody kind of catching your eye right now?
Well, the whole crew, we've got a bunch of them. Jeremy Liggins will definitely fill a role. Matt Brown will be in there some, but we've got a bunch of guys that we're going to keep on working them and see who the guy would be.
What have you seen from Jeremy so far? Just as far as
Jeremy is big and physical and picked it right up where he left off from last year. There's a lot of carryover, so we're pleased with that.
About the transfer, Barrett.
He's done a good job. He's tough, physical, and he catches the ball well too.
So he's in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been competing more so this practice this summer compared to others?
I mean, we always do. So I don't think there's a whole lot different, but that is part of our thing is competition, and competition obviously makes you better. And some coaches will come out and just practice and work on technique, those things. But we obviously do that, and we want to get better at technique. But when it comes down to it, the team that competes the best is going to win, and that's sort of our philosophy.
And what are you seeing from your quarterbacks in terms of ball protection and avoiding turnovers?
On and off. Yesterday we had two practices. One practice we didn't protect it very well. The second one we did. So, and for the most part we have, but there's been a couple, and of course as a coach you sort of remember the ones that we don't. So that's what we're working on.
Are they separating themselves at all yet, or kind of how would you evaluate them individually?
It's just too early to tell. We were charting every single throw they have, every decision they make in the run game, and we'll start working it sooner or later.
What about Akeem Judd? What have you seen from him so far?
He's done a good job. I mean, he's a big physical back, something that we haven't had. He and Jordan Wilkins both. I really like both of those guys.
You mentioned the defense. How good is this defensive line potentially going to be?
I hope it's as good as I think it is.
Okay.
Because they come after you now. You have to call certain plays against them. Certain plays that we would normally run, we can't call just because they're so quick and so physical that we would have to change our blocking scheme a little bit against our guys. So, I'm hoping that they're that good, but we'll find out.
Is that what makes that defense good, is up front?
That's the big thing, but, the corners are real good cover guys, and, if they're real physical up front, so you can't run the ball, and then they're covering outside, you got problems.
Have you noticed them being able to cover just a second longer, just a tick longer?
It seems like it now. Our receivers have really battled. We feel like we've got some of the best receivers out there too.
Sure.
So, if we get one-on-one, even though he's covered, our quarterbacks have the comfort that they know they can throw it out there, and a lot of times they'll make plays for him.
He was pretty complimentary of DeMarais the other day. You comment on him if you would, and then some of the other guys that are trying to be that 2 and 3 receiver.
He's another physical guy, real similar to Laquan. Made a couple really nice plays today. I really like String. I like all of them. Cody Core, Quincy Attaboy Joe, Derek Jones, or DJ, I call him DJ, I don't know, DJ Jones. All those guys have made plays for us throughout the week, throughout the practices.
What have you seen out of the freshmen, DeMarcus Lodge and Van Jefferson?
Both of them are very talented. Both of them, I think on a normal year, would probably play a bunch for us. We'll just keep on working them and see where they fit in, but as long as we stay healthy, it's going to be hard to break the lineup in our crew.
How many receivers do you think you'll play?
I don't know. I mean, we've got so many good. With us going fast, the DBs don't usually rotate. So if we're throwing deep balls and we can take a guy out and put another good one in, and that DB's got to keep on covering, we feel like we can put some pressure on people.
Enrolling early, obviously an advantage, but with Javon Patterson, just how far along is he from when he first got on campus and kind of now when he seems like he's been in the system for a while?
I look at him as he's been around, so I sort of think of him as like a sophomore or something, but I forget that he's a true freshman. But he's in there competing against Robert Kimdichie and guys like that. That's sort of welcome to the SEC,
Does he show any signs of being a true freshman still, and what are some of those, I guess?
No. I mean, he's played well, and he's in there in the 2 deep and battling. I mean, he's going to get some playing time this year.
Talk about the overall the offensive line a little bit, because I mean, obviously, they're just as much a key to you as the defensive line is to
Sure,
the defense.
no doubt. The great thing is they're all healthy as far as I know, unless something happened today. But they've all been out there and they're getting a bunch of reps. And both the ones and twos have done a really good job. Like I said, you have to compete hard against our D line, and they've done a nice job.
That's good.